I'm going to do a little number talk with you, and I'm going to start by doing what's known as a dot card number talk. Raise your hand if you have used dot card number talks. Okay, so those of you who haven't, this is going to be interesting and fun. What happens with a dot card number talk is this. I am going to show you a collection of dots, and you're going to work out in your head how many dots there are. But what I would like is for you not to count the dots, but instead to group them as you look at them, so you can work out how many there are. And to help this, and this is what I do in classrooms, to help you not count the dots, I'm going to just keep them on the screen for a short amount of time. So you're going to tell me how many there are, and then we're going to think together about what groupings you've used. This actually develops a part of the brain that's very important called the approximate number system. It's an area of the brain, all it focuses on is the grouping of dots. Kids with a more developed approximate number system go on to do better in maths in later years. So there's lots of reasons to do dot card number talks. So let's try this. I'm going to put some dots on the screen. You're going to tell me how many dots there are. And as I said, it's just a short amount of time. So is everybody looking at a screen? All right, here we go. How many dots? 7. Anybody get anything different to 7? Not that you're going to say now, but... all right, you're right, there are 7 dots. So let's talk about how you see the 7 dots. And this is how I do these in classrooms with undergrads and with younger kids. So who'd like to share, to begin with, how they saw the dots? Yes, what's your name?
Chelsea.
Chelsea. So I'm going to put Chelsea up here. How did you see them?
I see them as a diamond shape of 4 on the left, a diamond shape of 4 on the right, and then I took away one of the ones in the middle because that is overlapping. So I thought it is 4 plus 4 minus 1 is 7.
So I'm going to say Chelsea saw them a bit like this, and she described it as 4 plus 4, take away 1. You can, with a dot card number talk, you can record the visuals. You can also add the numbers. When I did these in summer camp, that's paper.
That was my test. Yeah.
That's paper. When I did these in summer camp, I added the numbers too. I'll just record the visuals just so we're not so it's a bit quicker today, but that's great. We'll see. Mics might be needed. Who saw it differently to this? Why don't we go with you? What's your name? Shannon. How do you... S-H-E-R-A-R. Oh, Sharon. I know that name. How did you see it, Sharon?
I saw it as a 3 and a 3 and the 1 in the middle.
Okay, and where were your 3? The outer 3?
So the 3 to the left.
And
almost like the half diamond of the previous person.
So like, I'm going to say, yes. Saw it like this?
Yep, exactly. Yep.
This is what our kids said. They saw the TIE fighters in Star Wars. Which, who saw it differently to those 2 ways? Yes, what's your name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay, with a Y or an I?
An I.
How did you see it, Lindsay?
I saw a dice pattern of 4 with 3 through the middle.
Okay. So, 4 on your dice?
Yeah.
And then let's say 3 through the middle like that. Who saw it differently to these ways? Yeah, what's your name? Linda. Linda? How did you see it, Linda? Okay. So I'm going to say Linda saw it like this. Oops. Kind of now printing with my hand. Thank you. Who saw it differently to that? Yes, what's your name? Maria. Maria, how did you see it, Maria?
I saw it as a hexagon in the middle.
Okay. Like this. Thank you. Who saw it differently to that? Yeah, what's your name at the back? Sorry?
Omar.
Omar, how did you see it, Omar?
The first 4 dots on the left.
Uh-huh.
On the right up an arrow.
Okay. And the 4 on the left were at the top or lower?
One top, two middle, one north.
Like the diamond? And then the arrows on the right? So kind of a diamond and a greater than. Thank you. Who saw it differently to all those? Yes, what's your name? How'd you spell that? J-E-R. G. Geraldine. Thank you. How did you say it?
Diagonal line in the middle, splitting 2 and 2 and a half.
So is it a top right to bottom left?
Yeah. Diagonal 3, right down the middle.
Like this?
Yeah.
And then you saw 2 and 2? That's cool. Who saw it differently to all these? Yes. Will you give it to someone more work?
Zoe.
What's your name?
Zoe.
Zoe, yeah.
I saw it as a triangle 3 at the top and then like a boat underneath.
Okay,
a 4.
Kind of like this. Thank you. Who saw it differently to those? Yes, what's your name?
Jude.
Jude? Yeah, how did you see it, Jude?
I saw it as 3, 3, and 1. An arrow on the left, an arrow in the middle, and 1 left over.
Okay. So kind of 3, 3, and 1. Who saw it differently to these? Anyone else? Yeah, what's your name? Maureen. How did you see it, Maureen?
A heart on top of a triangle.
Ooh. What?
A heart, 4. And a triangle of 3 underneath.
So the triangle's on the bottom.
Yeah, of 3, and then the heart of
Oh, a
2
hat.
and 2. It's like a heart.
A hat. I thought you were saying a heart. I'm having trouble with the accents here. So, and was your triangle point at the top or point at the bottom? Point at the top. So, kind of triangle with a hat. Thank you. Anybody
One down
see
here,
it?
Joe. One down here.
Hi.
2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth.
Thank you. What's your name?
Chris.
Chris? Yeah, our kids saw this one too. 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Thank you. Yes, what's your name? Yes. Oh. Pamela? Pamela. How did you see it, Pamela?
I counted it in groups of 2, going diagonally, so like 2, 2, 2, and then the one in the bottom left.
Oh, the one on the bottom left. Oh, I see. So like 2, 2, 2, and 1 down here.
Yeah.